Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. I am Fredicia Liebert. The Department of Human Resources will soon be under new leadership. This is according to Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, when he spoke during his monthly press conference on Thursday, November 23rd, 2023.
That Mr. Kevin Barrett, our former permanent secretary at the Ministry of Education, has been transferred to the Ministry of Human Resources, the Department of Human Resources, as the permanent secretary there. And Mr. Barrett is to be replaced by a very dynamic young woman called Zanella Claxton. Zanella has been acting as the Principal Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, for some time. She has now been elevated to the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education.
Premier Brantley congratulated the two and wished them well in their new roles.
And I wanted to make those announcements and to thank Mr. Barrett for his excellent tenure in education, and I expect that he will continue at Human Resources to bring that expertise and that calmness of spirit. He's one of the calmest persons I know to that role. And so I want to also wish, of course, young Zanella Claxton all the very best. I think that those who know her know that she's a phenomenal talent. And so I'm very happy to make that announcement. We talk about women, we talk about youth. This government is demonstrating the empowerment of women and the empowerment of young people. And so Zanella is going to take the helm. I think these appointments take effect on the 1st of December. And so I wish both dedicated public servants all the very best.
Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley. The International Day for the Elimination of Gender-Based Violence Against Women is annually observed on the 25th of November.
The global theme of this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence, according to UN Women, is Unite, Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls, which emphasizes the need for funding prevention strategies to proactively stop gender-based violence. Our Gender Affairs Department is launching the 16 Days of Activism and encouraging the general public to wear the color orange this Friday to create an orange wave of activism against all forms of gender-based violence.
Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, speaking during his monthly press conference on Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. Premier Brantley also made an urgent plea to men on Nevis.
Men especially, let me appeal to you. We should not be abusing physically, sexually, verbally, emotionally our women folk, our girls. We shouldn't be abusing anyone. But we need to take a stand together. And so I appeal to my fellow men. We are the perpetrators most times of violence against women and girls. So let me use this rostrum to invite our men to cease and desist from that type of behavior. Let us respect and protect our women, our girls, and let us ensure that our homes and our communities are safe for those that live there. It is not manly to raise your hand to a woman. In fact, it is anything but manly. And so I want to urge us, please, because the changes that we want start with us. And since we, the men, are the culprits, we are the ones who need to make that change. I know sometimes people say, oh, women engage in violence too. And whilst that might be true, we all know that the main perpetrators of gender-based violence, domestic violence, are men, and Caribbean men especially. And so I urge all of our men folk here in Nevis, in St. Kitts and Nevis, and throughout the region to join in this important fight to prevent gender-based violence and to protect our women and our girls.
The public is encouraged to wear orange on Friday, November 24th, 2023, in observance of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence and for the elimination of violence against women and girls. Eye surgeries have resumed under the eye care program at the Alexandra Hospital. This is according to Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
A total of some 29 persons would have undergone cataract surgery over a 3-day period under the leadership of Dr. David Shield and his team. Dr. Raymond Huby, head of the program, has also announced that the program, through the generous contribution from the Four Seasons Homeowners Foundation, is now in possession of a brand new portable Oatley Catathex 3 phacoemulsification system. You know what I like about these notes when they're prepared? Because they put in brackets for me, cataract machine. That I can pronounce. And that costs $40,000 US. That machine, which is state-of-the-art, replaces the two larger, earlier model machines that are currently at the hospital.
Premier Brantley then expressed gratitude to the Minister of Health, the Honorable General Nisbet, and her team.
I want to commend the Honorable General Nisbet, our minister, hard-working young minister, and her team, permanent secretary, and all of the functionaries for the strides that we continue to make. 29 persons would have undergone cataract surgery over the past 3 days. It means that 29 people can see a bit better today because of the well-respected eye care program existing here on the island of Nevis.
Still to come,
garbage in the guts. So I'm asking us to support our fishermen and to ensure that the marine environment remains pristine.
The details right after this break.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to finance free health care at all health centers on Nevis. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis. Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. Minister of Natural Resources and Fisheries, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, is calling for protection of our local marine life resources, recognizing World Fisheries Day, which was observed on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Minister Evelyn commended our local fishermen on their commitment to the profession and reminded them of the importance of practicing sustainable fishing.
I would like at this point to salute all of our fishermen, all who are involved in fishing, all who are involved in that very noble profession. I want at this time, as we celebrate World Fisheries Day, to also admonish our fishermen to kindly try to be as respectful as possible to the sustainability of the fishing, the sustainability of the marine resources. I want to encourage our fishermen to try not to overfish. Try not to take the undersized lobsters, the undersized fish, because we have to leave some for other days to come. I want the fishermen at all times to respect the off-season when it comes to turtle harvesting and so on. And so I'm encouraging the fishermen. I know it is your trade. I know it is a trade in which you have to make a living, but we have to realize that if we overfish and we take the undersized marine resources, there will be none left for the weeks and the months and the years to come.
The Natural Resources Minister also advocated for the general public to help protect local marine life by incorporating sustainable practices into their everyday lives.
I want also as well, Madam President, to encourage us, because the fishermen depend on the ocean. And I've said at this podium on many occasions that we must at all times try to ensure that our marine environment is in pristine condition so that our marine life could thrive. And when our marine life thrives, our fishermen can thrive in the industry. And so I'm making a call once again to all residents and nationals of this beautiful island of Nevis, and of course the extension, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to kindly desist from indiscriminate dumping. It's very disheartening, Madam President, when we go around and we see all the garbage in the guts. So I'm asking us to support our fishermen and to ensure that the marine environment remains pristine.
World Fisheries Day 2023 was held under the theme Cast the Net. In a short but significant ceremony held at Government House, Bastille, St. Kitts, 16 outstanding nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis were bestowed with the Medal of Honor. The investiture, conducted by Her Excellency, the Governor-General Dame Marcella Liburd, on Wednesday, November 22nd, recognized these individuals for their significant contributions to the nation building as part of the 2023 National Honors Awards. The Division recipients selected for their exceptional service across various fields include Janetta Morgan in the field of education and Joseph Liburd in the area of law enforcement. Other awardees included Felix Hodge, Sidney Matthew, Altagracia Nero, Austin Williams, Astona Brown, Lennox Douglas, Charles Ronnie Rascal Davis, Margaret Douglas, Lynn Williams, Alistair Williams, Alva Bradley, Donald Freeman, Patrick Wallace, and Austin Huggins. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, said the recipients have played a pivotal role in strengthening the fabric of our nation. He added their dedication and tireless efforts in their respective fields exemplify the spirit of community and commitment to the greater good. This recognition underscores the importance of individual contributions to the collective progress and well-being of our country. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.